Greetings, everybody. This is Joanna from Universal Love Light, Divine Radiance, Heavenly Radiance, Shamanic Tarot, and Tarot, and Joanna's Breakthrough Series. Today we are going to do a tribal, a collective tribe tarot. And we wanted to try a few new decks that I've got. I'm so excited. And thank you. My hair feels really different today. It's kind of doing its own thing. I'm shining my light forward, and I'm creating some different, maybe that's why my hair is different, because I'm creating some different experiences. There we go. Being more intimate and sharing of who I am and sharing my light more authentically. As a soul tribe, and connecting more on an intimate, authentic, truthful level, sharing more of myself. It's always been truthful, of course, but I've always kept my own personal stories and my own personal, my very personal aspects to myself. It's always been about the work and the sharing, but now I'm opening myself up into greater authenticity and transparency. And so this is our collective tarot reading for this week. I've got this beautiful deck that I showed you last week, the Transcendent Journey, which I absolutely love. There's so many beautiful cards in this. And we're also going to try a deck that I had a long time ago, another Alana Fairchild deck. I love her decks. They're so beautiful. She's a beautiful goddess. So many beautiful books that she's written. And this Transcendent Journey, which is from her publishing company, Blue Angel. And so we're going to do these two decks today in our collective tarot. And so we hope that you'll connect with us. My teams have been so beautiful in preparing us for the changes that are coming. Lots and lots of change that are continuing to thread in collective energies. So that's why I've created this collective weekly tarot, because more and more and more, that one just popped out. More and more, we are all finding that the individual changes are aligning us with our collective tribe, what we're here to create and co-create with one another. The various new creative centers, light centers, healing centers, new ways of trade, new ways of financial systems and inventiveness. All of these things that we're raising to a fifth dimensional vibration. And each and every one of us, each and every one of us have a unique part in those new unfoldings. And so the collective soul tribe will create for us a weekly energetic message for the collective soul tribe. And we've called in the various councils of the heavenly light frequencies, the divine Elohim, all of the councils that are working on behalf of the light programs of creation. Because remember, micro, macro, it's not only humanity that's moving through ascension, it's the entire galaxy, the entire universe. And so it's important that we understand all that we do in this specific reality experience fans out and ripples out to the all. So share your light and shine. Why we're meant to be more authentic. Release the veils, and sometimes these veils are very subtle that I've been sensing. How we keep people at bay and how we hold parts of ourselves back in any way. They're very subtle. It can be emotional sharing. It can be intellectual sharing, because we've had energies and psyche wounds that have, dimming our light to fit in and dimming our intelligence to fit in. And so what we're doing now is we absolutely have to bring these forward. It's our time to shine. It's our time to come forward in new ways, which means that doing things completely different than we used to do them, and really challenging ourselves to be the pillars of light that we are, and not to be apologetic for who we are. That's really, really big. And so August energies are about, as they shared with me this morning, about selectivity. How can we be selective about what we choose to vibrate within, through thoughts and through energies. I'm going to bring that one out. So do two more. The core vibration that we choose for ourselves ripples out to the all. So I choose to create a vibration of pure, authentic truth. I stand within my joy and I stand within my truth. I choose this to be my vibration right now. I choose this to be my vibration right now. And it's an ever unfolding choice. And so it's so beautiful. And so we shared that in our morning intimate conversation. Oh, I love these two. We had that one last time, I think. Oh, yay. And so on the bottom of the deck is, I hold your wisdom close. I hold your wisdom close. So hold your wisdom close, meaning that, sometimes, sometimes you're not ready to share, something, whether you have not finished processing it or integrating it. Like we said this morning, process of integration can be sometimes very expansive, and it can be very short and quick, if you will. Usually the deeper and the richer you go, the more you integrate, whether it's understanding the emotional bodies, the various emotions that we have, and how we use the emotional body for a manifestation, and why it's so important to be selective on the emotions that you choose, and clearing the ones that need to be cleared, that are holding you back in untruth, mistruth, if you will. Because our truth is eternal, infinite, creative, divine beings of light. That's who we are in our truth. So anything that is not that, that's what we're healing, clearing, and cleansing, and why we create those morning programs and self-care. And so we're going to do what we did last week. We're going to do 2 at a time. We pulled 5 all together, and one of them we had last week, which is beautiful because it's a beautiful card, and I'm going to share them with you in the order that they came out. And it goes just in line with what we were talking about this morning. So this one came up first, and it was called Listen to Your Heart. And this is the redwood transcendence. And so you see she's sitting with the forest and the redwoods, and she's got this light that's beaming in through the forest, like a portal that she's created for herself. And this one says, nurture your tribe. And so, it was just what they were sharing with me this morning is the vibration that you hold within. How do we center within it, which is the listening to your heart. That's where we center the vibration of who we are. That core vibration of who we are comes from that heart, the portal. That's the clearing and the cleansing that we do of all of our energies, so that we can become the leaders and the masters that clear the way and light the way for others, for them to light their own way, not our way, but them to light their own way, and releasing what we know to be our control or our version, because it's a very unique perspective, and that's fine and beautiful, but to allow all others their unique perspective, their unique pacing, their unique timing. And listening within the redwood, we can see that she's encased with this beautiful tree here, and she's in this portal of love, and she's in this portal of support. That's the word that they're giving me right now, is support, and how there is infinite support for us if we choose to open and allow it. And this has been a lesson of mine in my own intimate sharing, is allowing others in that heart space, allowing others to see you vulnerable, allowing others to see you as intimate and sharing in that way. That creates that communion and that connection that others need to see and feel for themselves. Because I've often told my kids that you have to tell people how you want to be treated, and you have to show them, because they're not shown, and they just don't know. And this is where our collective is rising to a new vibration of behavior, of sacred living. That sacred living is through sacred sharing, is through sacred redefining and rewriting our own stories. And if we do it from our heart, this will be the lasting foundation through which we all are served in the greater good, and all timelines are healed. All of our lineage and all of our akash is healed through the beauty that is offered through the heart. My kitty wants her food. And so this is the first one, and how prevalent for us as light workers, that we always are guided and centered within all that we do within our hearts. And this will always lead us and guide us in new ways. The light worker soul tribe, the collectives that are co-creating these systems, the light within the infrastructure is through the heart. The portal of the heart will guide us through all things, for it is the source creator, the divine mind, that is feeding us these informations and wisdoms on how to create new worlds. These are the light programs that are offering us these new potentialities of fifth dimensional earth, and it is through the heart that we will always be shown the way. Whatever it is we need to navigate through, whatever forest, whatever densities, whatever navigation that we have to move through. And we say density only because it's not known. When we're going into that shadow work, that inner child work, the psyche wounds, we're not sure what we're feeling into. We're tapping into that emotion, anger, sadness, anxiety, frustration, whatever that emotion is. Ask it to come forward, face it, call it forward. You are showing the shine of all that I am, which is held behind that, because this is not my truth. It's a part of my story, but I can choose to transmute it into the pure light of my truth. That's what ascension is. And it's always done through the portal of the heart, the infinite portal of the heart, through which we're able to nurture our tribe. Nurture and show your tribe through your illumination. Show your tribe through your actions, through your behavior. It was so beautiful. Coco. She agrees. She agrees. She agrees. Show me Coco. So this nurture your tribe and show your tribe, that reminded me of a dream that I had the other night. This experience I had a long, long time ago about when I was a child, discerning and deciphering the actions of others through their hearts. I was able to sense that and know that, and that's what crystalline kids can do and telepathic kids can do. They can sense the intentions and how many veils people have over themselves and what is truth and what is not truth. That's the profundity of the children's collective now. They see through distruth so easily. Before you even say something, they know whether it's a truth or not. So always be honest and authentic, because the kids can feel and sense it, and then they're confused about what they're walking within. But as a child, I was always shown this essence of those that walked with the pure intention of their hearts, and they just spoke truth. They lived truth. They acted truth, and they were there to support others in their truth. And you could just see and sense their difference in how they behaved and how they acted from their heart. It was authentic. It was truthful. And nurturing the tribe was showing me, a dream that I had the other night was reminding me of this truthful authenticity that the heart holds, and how as empaths and intuitives, we always have that ability to discern truth and not truth. How those that serve from that higher authenticity of that heartfelt knowing, where it's transparent. The actions are transparent. The intentions, the motives are transparent. It's always heartfelt goodness for all. What is serving the greater good? How can that be discerned? And it's always through the heart. You can feel that sensation of truthfulness. And that dream, as soon as I woke up, I remembered that being that showed me that essence of heartfelt truth. Because that truth will always guide you into returning back to who you are as truth. Am I emulating and I'm illuminating my highest value of truth? Because every moment it changes. How you're moving about your collective, how you're sharing yourself. In every moment, as light workers and as masters and as leaders, are we allowing the full authenticity of our divinehood to flow? Without apology, without resistance, because we're too afraid to shine our fullness, because it wasn't accepted prior, if you will. But now we're being called, absolutely shine your fullness. Allow others to be discomforted for their own journeys of awakening. Because if we're not shining our full truth, those others don't have that potentiality to awaken. Sometimes it takes those to feel uncomfortable to say, okay, well, what are they really shining? What am I afraid of here? So we really need to come forward, not to purposely create discomfort. That's not the intention in what we're saying. The intention is that to be the fullest authentic shine and truth that we are as love, to be love, to illuminate love through our thoughts, through our words, through our deeds, through our caring. As each and every one of us do step up as the tribe, we each become this ray that becomes this huge shining trail for others to follow, because this ray is mine, that ray is yours, that ray is, and we become this tribe of light that allows others to awaken in their timeline and follow as well. We are the sacred shepherds. We are gathering those in the light of who we are, and we illuminate that through truth, through transparency, through, yes, we're all figuring it out together, but let's see what we can do. We'll pull together. We'll pull our resources together. We'll pull our collective together through care and through communion, through sharing, knowing that we each have skills that we all need. We each have unique tribal natures that we all need. We're each here as shamans, and how can we share these shamanic stories and these shamanic truths for all of us? And then what came next was banishing your demons. And she's showing the giant that she is, and to these fears that have become a part of her journey and her path. You can see this beautiful landscape that she's traversed through, and this light that's shining here is illuminating for her, saying to her that you have a truth that is pure light within you. And what is this fear showing you? How has it navigated your path, and how can you clear the way through a higher truth that is from the purity of love, that you're all one? What belief do you hold that's holding you separate? And how can you illuminate the way so that this becomes illuminated in its fullest? Because as soon as you shine your light on anything that is either unknown, anxiety, worry, or untruth, it just dissipates, it disappears, which is what I was shown yesterday or this morning in my dream. Oh no, the day before, was it last week, earlier this week, about anger. And my team said, well, just feel into the anger. That anger will show you what it's connected to, and then you release it. Because many of us as crystalline children coming here as light workers, anger was not a vibration in my upbringing. We were meant to entangle with. We were meant to be a certain way, and that was the expectation. But this anger came from other timelines. As soon as I felt into it, I felt the release of it, because I allowed that anger to come forward and say, no, that was a disrespectful comment. That's not who I am. And that made me angry that you thought of me that way, or felt that way of me when I've shown you this. So that anger needs to be brought forward to be healed. That's showing unconditional love for who you are, and understanding that we all come with aspects of the shadow and these psyche wounds. This is what the psyche wounds look like. They're little shadows within our field, in our bodies. And if we're not acknowledging them and healing them and saying, it's time for you to go there, that's not who I am. And I don't necessarily call them demons, because they're just aspects of us that need the light, that allowing us to see who we are beneath those mistruths, beneath those illusions, beneath those, lineage, karmic contracts that we've taken on to help clear for the collective. So we're listening to our heart, and we're nurturing our tribe, and we're showing them that we all have aspects of who we are that are moving through transition, that are moving through alchemy. And we use alchemy in the way of love and compassion and acceptance, that we can bring truth to it, we can bring light to it, we can bring illumination to what is uncomfortable and make it comfortable, because who we are is all accepting ourselves. That's what our collective is moving through. How may we fully accept who we are? How may we fully honor and acknowledge all of our traversing through density in the mountains we've created for ourselves, when it's really been so simple? We are all worthy, we are all accepting, we are all light. And how are we as light workers allowing the illumination of who we are to allow others to be who they are, and not having to fix them or having them to go a certain way or control their path in any way, because it's not our role to do that. It's their role to shine upon their path. How may I seek my own illumination? What is my own truth? I can lean on, and I can be inspired by others' inspirations, empowerments, and encouragements. But it's up to me to go within and seek my own journey, to seek my own truth, to seek my own power, to say that that's not my truth anymore. This doesn't fit me anymore. This is who I am now. Because that's how true empowerment is garnered, by walking your path, and by moving through the forest, by moving through the density and saying, yeah, I can do this. Because then, this came next, because then you get to, and these go simultaneously at hand. We get to allow ourselves to shine. And you see that she's in this transparent veil. Transparency is just a big thing for me this week. Fully transparent, because there's various levels of transparency. The deeper and richer and wider you go with spirit, the deeper, richer, wider you go with spirit, becomes greater transparency, greater light. So there's never ever a closed, because transparency is just, it's infinite, it's illuminating. So transparency will continue to grow as your light grows, obviously, because it's light. But she's fully transparent in who she is. She chooses to be in this encasement because she's set her field, if you will. This is her energy field representing for me, and how she's maintained her field. She's honored her field. She's created self-care for her field. See her long, beautiful hair. She's caring and honoring for who she is as a goddess. She's allowing her light to shine, and she's allowing the love of all that she is to shine. She is truthful, and she's sharing herself with the all. And the dolphins in the background are celebrating her truthfulness. Yeah, that's who you are. Share it. Shine forward. Show others it's okay to shine themselves too. As soon as you turn that heart light on, you're illuminating the way for others, because they're beautiful, heartfelt projections. Just be who you are. Shine your light. Go forward. Shine your light. Create that alchemy. You can do that. What are you being selective in your vibration? I just want to be happy. That's my intention today. Today is happiness. Because there's always assistance at hand. These are the Palladian teams, the crew that we have with us. They're always with us in our neighborhoods and our light ships and our teams and our dreams. And they're always with us, always surrounding us, helping us with, recalibration chambers and healing star chambers that assist us in projecting timelines for us to co-create within. Our souls are far more entangled than we know. And it's just a matter of us flowing through that source creator flow, through allowance and illumination, that we actually tap into everything that our souls and our higher selves are guiding us to, and source is creating for us. Source wants us to have all the blessings in the universe. But if we're not allowing ourselves, by holding ourselves back by the judgments and the density that we've held as true from others, then those gifts of light can't get to us because we're not allowing it in. So allowing that full transparency. If you're transparent, you're allowing the light in and you're allowing it out. You don't have to hoard it. You don't have to keep it. You don't have to hide yourself away. Share your light. Allow your light to flow so that it comes back to you in return. And on our Facebook page, I posted some beautiful light ship pictures of my teams. They're coming closer and closer and closer as we're all preparing for first contact. So have a look at our Facebook page a couple of days ago. They're beautiful light ships. And I'm so grateful for all my teams that help me in my dreams and help me with my bodies and my healing and my sacredness to come forward and share and be a part. So the sacred message today from these cards is allowing yourself to live from the portal of your heart so that your light can shine for all others. So knowing that whatever shadows and whatever anything that comes up as a psyche when the inner child or the shadow, whatever we call it, it doesn't matter because it's all us, that we're all allowing it to be illuminated through the truth of who we are, that authentic essence of our own unique light, our own unique gift and Christic creative tools that we get to shine forward and help our tribe. Nurture our tribe, honor our tribe, be authentic and truthful with our tribe, because our tribe is creating future lineage and future generations that are truthful, that are built within that foundation of light and love that is the kingdom of the heavens. And that there is always assistance at hand. There always assistance at hand through which we always allow ourselves to allow just the light to flow. Allow your love, which is your light, to flow. No holding back. Be transparent. Allow it to flow. I always, say to my kids, as you get older, you'll never ever regret being kind and being loving. When those moments of soul defining moments and those character defining moments, you're not going to wish that you had been more grumpy and more arrogant with people. You're going to wish you had been more kind. You're going to wish you had been more loving. You're going to wish you'd opened up your heart a little bit more. So always, always allow yourself to be authentic and beautiful and sharing and kind and beautiful and generous and kind and loving and accepting and joyful, regardless of what others think or see or feel. And this other beautiful deck that I've got is the Journey of Love, which I had many, many years ago. And somehow in my moves, I lost touch with this deck. And I've been meaning over the last few years to get it again because I just love this deck. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. One of my favorite artists, Rasuli, which his artwork is on our book 2. I think it's our book 2. I had commissioned him to do the artwork. I had his approval for one of his artwork to be on my book. And he's one of my favorite artists. His name is Rasuli. Rasuli. Beautiful artist. And he's very, very gifted and very spiritual in his paintings. I have one of his paintings actually, and I want to get it put on I have the canvas actually, and it needs to be put on a frame. And I've got it saved for my next house as I'm in the process of moving right now. I'm ready to see where the winds will take me. I'm being totally and unconditionally led by Spirit to guide me where I need to be. I'm surrendering to Spirit fully and completely. As Spirit will guide me to my next destination, will call in all that is needed for my trip and my journey as a divine teacher and healer and leader of the light. And so it's very exciting. I'm in a new phase, a new beginning, and it's completely unknown. I'm surrendering everything to Spirit and Source to guide me and lead me. And so that canvas will go up on my wall when I get into my new home. Oh wow, these 3 cards came out all together. And so I'll show you the bottom, which is beautiful. Becoming, I love that. This deck is very rich and deep. If you're looking for that, just feel it, that soulful ache for allness. This is a great deck. And just look at the artwork, it's just so incredible. Cosmic Butterfly. Oh, I love that Cosmic Butterfly. That's Rasuli. He's just so incredible. The heart of the moment. And you can see these beautiful sacred conversions. See, this is our teams that stand with us and behind us, beautiful sacred love and benevolence all the way. They're always surrounding us in the cave of creation that we are, the beautiful sacredness that we are. We are this individual. We're always surrounded by beings of love and light, reminding us that we're pure love and we're pure light. And the Guardian of the Soul Family is one of my favorite cards. Look how gorgeous that is. Sacred soulmate connection. And we're honoring the soul tribes and the ancestry, the beautiful lineage of all that we are to come forward and to offer new light to the grids, to offer new light to humanity, to offer new communion of who we are as a soul tribe. And we are each guardians of new lineage. We are each guardians of sacred family. And so really honor that. And what does that mean for you? Muse about that. I'm a guardian for my sacred family, for my sacred lineage. What do I want to add and contribute? What's important for me? What stories do I want to bring forward? What do I want to share of who I am? That's important. And we'll read The Cosmic Butterfly. There's poetry in this as well. I'll leave the poetry for you because I think poetry is very personal, and you can allow yourself to soak within the poetry of its meaning for you. You're being reborn and pulsating in the womb of the Divine Mother, the fire of her creative power to be transformed while you're living. So each moment is a transforming moment. Each moment you're coming forward anew. Each moment you're being birthed anew through the beautiful vortex of love and creativity and will. That's the balance of the mother and the father. And we see that there is a balance of mother and father here. And the sacredness of who we are was in the center. And that's our, choosing that love and light of who we are, what we were born and breathed as. We were born as pure light. We were breathed as pure light. And we often take on various forms, endlessly creating who we are, endlessly reinventing who we are, endlessly maneuvering who we are through every moment. And we get to choose in every moment and be selective. This is what I choose right now. I'm not just going to waffle in the vibrations of the unknown. I'm not going to waffle within the vibrations of fears of others. I'm going to stand and I'm going to select my own vibration. Life is thriving within you. Whatever is unstable will be brought through stability through your own higher knowing. I'm just adding my own words as I'm picking and pulling words that are standing out to me. This is treading the enlightenment path and embracing all that you are. You've chosen this for yourself so that it's blessed with the infinite possibilities through your own lifetime. Whatever it can be broken down can be reborn. So again, those of us that are moving through great transformation, great transitions, and just surrendering to the universe, you're surrendering because you understand that there's a greater rebirth that's going to occur, because you understand your limitless, infinite potentiality with source, that there are no attachments, releasing attachments, allowing yourself to fully be reborn. The oracle brings guidance, and the conflict that you feel within you or your external world is a sign that you're growing spiritually. And so that's why others around you can feel discomforted by your new behavior or your new empowerment or your new direction or guidance, because it's a break from what was. And that's what transformation always is. It's allowing others to transform as well. And that's why if we never break those old karmic cycles, nobody ever grows, and it becomes a de-ascending experience or de-evolving experience. Give yourself a chance to realize this and have patience. All is becoming. You are perfect in divine design. There is specific guidance that a relationship, matter, or decision will come to its full fruition. Allow it to unfold naturally. Release the pushing and the pulling, and allow for the heart to be revealed. Only when your heart speaks clearly, then you will know how to act and to feel into what is truthfully yours. So being truthful within all that you are evolving and saying that doesn't belong to me anymore. Those emotions that come up and say, oh, that doesn't belong to me anymore. This is what I'm going to select. I select joy. I select oneness. I select pure unconditional love. I'm being reborn in this. Every moment I can be reborn in love. I choose love right now. I'm being reborn into love. I get to choose it. I get to choose to be reborn. I am being reborn as love right from here. Reborn as love. I'm reborn as love. So beautiful. And this one is the heart of the moment. Thank you, Heavenly Mother and Holy Father. Heart of the moment 48. Thank you, Divine Creator. Thank you. I send out blessings and love to everyone. This oracle brings a message that you are in transition. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're being reborn and we're all in transition. All of your life and your relationships are moving through transition right now. You've chosen to take a higher vibration. You've chosen to take a different vibration. You've chosen to expand yourself, and therefore all others around you will be changed and altered because of your selection. We always have the chance to create our future with our present choices at this time. You are especially fertile in a karmic period to release what was, having a chance to come out of a cycle of learning and to come into a new cycle of co-creating. This is a time to be willing to take a chance and take a risk, to be happy with yourself. Your life is about to take a turn so that you can feel the peace and the higher knowing of who you choose to be. You get to create who you are. and you have the support of the universe all around you. What is your heart aching for you to co-create? Partake in the heart of the moment. In every moment, where is your heart guiding you? That source creating through you, living through you as the creator that you are. Even the smallest choice of love can allow you in the greatest direction for your highest and your best in all others. Love will always be that guiding principle. And my teams shared with me for a while back there. They said, when you do something that's always in the highest and the greatest good, all will be served. Even though you have no idea, but you just claim divine order. When you have no idea what to do, and it's I don't know what to do. Divine order, divine order, divine order. I claim this to be the highest and the best for all concerned. I lift this and I surrender this to the heavens. Please allow this to be lifted to a higher frequency of love and benevolence for the highest and the greatest good. I claim divine order, I claim divine order for the highest and greatest good for all. All that I'm connected with is highest and divine order. And therefore it'll be matched in that way, because we're all stretching and pressing out in these new territories. And oftentimes all we'll know is just to drop into our heart and surrender and to trust. Claim it for the highest and best. Therefore the ego has surrendered. Because it's not for this is what the ego is driving me for. No, this is a soul-based decision. I'm being reborn as a soul. I'm here to assist humanity, and this is from a soul version, because it's not ego. There's a difference. Ego is egoically based, not usually driven through materialism and control or self-serving. The soul's version is for the souls and the greater good, understanding that the souls that you're threaded with will be served as well. Again, the cosmic heart. As you move forward, all others will be touched by it. And they're asking for it and yearning for it, because you came with that contract with them. They had come knowing that you were going to break free so that they could learn their lessons. And oftentimes that's what we learn as parents. When we start to step back and allow our children the greatest empowerment of knowing and making their own decisions and choosing their way through their own creativity and their own inner knowing, that's when they become really proud of who they are. I said that to my son. I said, I can offer you all of the life guidance, but you're going to have those soul defining moments that you get to choose your own character. You get to choose how you walk through life. Are you going to choose to create your life through that empowered sense of self? Who are you? You get to choose, and you get to choose it with the power of who you are, not based on what you think your parents want you to do or others want you to do, but who you are. And those are soul defining moments. You get to choose. That defines your soul. I'm stepping forward as a teacher. I'm stepping forward as a leader. And this is what I want to just envelop myself within. I'm a healer. I bring light to this planet, and I walk with the heavens. I'm defining that's my vibrational selection. I walk with the heavens and the angels, and this is what I carry for now. The next, I'm going to walk with Gaia, and I'm going to carry the forest energies, and we're doing it all at once anyways, because we're the all. But those help you to align to those self-defining moments that you need, in those moments of, because we all have them. Speaking quite truthfully. Guardians is one of my favorite cards. I just love this card. This is 69. That's the year I was born, 1969. My kids always look at me like I'm so old. 69, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. As our sacred soul tribe tarot, you are being drawn to kindred spirits in the physical world by loving guardians in spiritual worlds. Thank you, spiritual world, and thank you to the heavens that are all threading us together for our spiritual work. I'm so happy. If you feel you're leaving relationships behind, don't be afraid. The space is so courageous, and it takes action that we create a new order and new room for a new sphere of consciousness. Somehow relationships hold us back in ways that we've defined in previous relationships. So we hold ourselves back in ways like lineage, definitions, roles, and paradigms that hold us back. There is a great soul love calling for you to more intimate connection now, more deep and rich connection, that we at the soul level and at the spiritual level, we're calling and we're threading all of these divine soul tribes together. It is sanctioned by the divine, and it is karmic destiny for you to fulfill. There is love, and you are here to experience it in connection with a particular soul and soul group, predetermined by your divine plan, as we've talked about in many of our videos about soulmates. It's all divine orchestration. It's set up by the soul. It's called from the soul and the heart level when you're ready for that soulmate connection, when you're ready to co-create the soul tribe level where you're here to create greater good. And you know that you've come here for that greater good connection. You send out those heart vibrations through your dreams and through your meditations, and the heavens and the celestial groups will call together your soulmate and your soul tribe, because those connections of those soul threads through infinite timelines that you're threaded with at that soul level co-create that magnified vibrational soul level connection at that soul tribe level. That soul tribe level then threads those shining vibrations to all others, as we saw in that card through the forest. That's what that soul tribe, and why so many in our collective right now are being threaded with soul tribe and soulmates, because that collective vibrational energy helps raise the vibration of the collective, where the creative intelligence begins to move quite quickly, and we begin to co-create the systems and the infrastructure that are needed at that light vibrational level. The guidance of this oracle is that the relationships are healing, are taking place. Sometimes when you leave a relationship, that's when the greatest healing takes place for all involved. So allow that to be known, not that oftentimes when we leave relationships, there's great fear and great loss and grieving, because we're not sure of what's coming next, and we're not sure that the next will be better than what was, if you will. But those are limiting beliefs, and we're not living within the infinite space of who we are as source, to know that all parties will be served, all aspects of the souls will be served. And at the highest level, we all know that. In physical form, though, because it's all driven by ego, we forget that we've made these soul contracts on higher vibrational levels. And then we act in ego and in fear because we're not understanding the divine orchestration of it all and what our souls really need for learning. You know, is the relationship codependent? And how can both parties learn through the process? How can both parties learn to let go and understand that the surrender to source is all that we've ever needed and all that we will ever need? And to live authentically and truthfully and transparently in that. The guidance of this oracle is also allowing that the present relationships unfolding will allow you to release and allow the right relationships for your future growth, and allowing all relationships from the past to be held in a peaceful heart. Be gentle with your heart, beloved, all is well. It's so beautiful. Trust in the divine timing of your life, and know that all things are coming in. Be open to current relationships and the healing of current relationships. There's infinite possibilities for grace, forgiveness, and healing. So just know that. If anything's going through a turbulent time, just open up to pure, unconditional love, mercy, and grace for the heavens to assist you and all those involved with graceful healing. And surrender all timelines to it for it to be healed. If there's nothing more longer that you can do, because oftentimes I've experienced situations where I've stayed in things far too long because I thought I was responsible for fixing and healing it. I thought that was my responsibility. And just surrendering it to source and knowing that it's not my job. It was never meant to be fixed. You know, it was meant to only be here for a certain period of time, if you will, until certain lessons were learned, and that was meant to move on. But we often take on such, you know, divine ownership, if you will, when it's not really ours. That's the lessons that are meant to be in the ebb and flow of creational life, and how all things are in the ebb and flow of life. And to allow it and know when to discern, you know, is this really my soul's desire to make this work, or is it really meant to transform? And you know, when you're living within those karmic cycles is when it always remains at the same place. No matter what you try, it's always going back to the same argument, the same density, the same, you know, misunderstandings. And that's when those decisions and those discussions of sorting it out have to come into play. Because your heart and your soul will know that soul tribe is meant to create that greater light for the soul tribe. And so that's why we're being ushered and urged to really be selective. Be selective about your core vibration, be selective, and understand the ebb and flow of how things are meant to change and transform, so that you can be that nurturer of your tribe that you're meant to be, you know, and be that illumination for all others that you're meant to be. So we hope you've enjoyed this week's energy vibration of our Sacred Soul Tribe Tarot, and we honor you so deeply, and shine your light. Be the authentic truth being that you are, as pure love and pure light, and know that you have unconditional love and compassion and forgiveness to offer for yourself and all others. And we love you so much. Namaste.